The content you're about to enjoy comes from the archives of The Best You. We're devoted to the very best in personal development. With a magazine and resources dedicated to inspiring and changing people's lives. At The Best You, we work with the world's leading writers and trainers on the evolution of the self, and people whose journeys have been affected by their work and words. For more information, go to www.thebestyou.co. So, my next guest, Didi Wong. I'm going to do a very brief bio and then we'll bring her in. So, Didi Wong is born in Hong Kong, raised in England, and she's residing now in Los Angeles. Didi Wong is an award-winning international keynote speaker, Hollywood award-winning international keynote speaker, Hollywood film and TV producer, and financer. She's a serial entrepreneur and a serial entrepreneur. She's a business mentor, best-selling author, and angel investor. She was given the highest award, Women of the Decade for Entrepreneurship and Venture Capital from the Women Economic Forum, as well as an award of achievements, recognition, and excellence by the National Council of Women from the Egyptian government. Her superpowers, and she has many, is that she she literally has four young children under the age of 10, including a set of identical girl twins, which are very, very cute. And all her projects, clients, and investments, and I can confirm this always with a massive smile on her face. Didi Wong.
Hi, Fernando. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Great to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
The Best You EXPO Miami has been great. I've been watching some of the other speakers, and I saw Lisa Nichols yesterday. So much energy. She's just one of the most amazing, right? And I learned some stuff from him, which kind of confirmed what I do that made me feel good. The me, you, we, that really resonated with me.
That resonated with me. She so not only she did a great talk as always, we were all there with her. She actually did. She gave us a very great masterclass at the end, so it was brilliant. She was lovely. Ken Honda was amazing as well.
Yes. He's amazing. He's always amazing, and every time I get to watch him, I just learn more. It's really cool that you've got these amazing speakers, including myself, on this main stage. But thank you. Honestly, I was just joking, but I do appreciate you always having me on.
I want to say to you that I'm extremely proud of you. I was sharing your praises the other day. For me, it's just been so beautiful to see so many people that have got involved in the expo somehow. And I said, I don't take credit for anything. It's all down to you. But I'm saying that for me, it's just such an honor to see your development in particular in such a short period of time. The amount of amazing things that you've done. And when people say that it can't get done, hey, listen, just speak to Didi Wong. She'll show you the way.
That's right.
Yeah, well
in the same category. Doria too, just now saying, hey, we want to dream big, do big, and have this big vision, and we can achieve it if we want to achieve it, right? So That's the whole point of the Best You EXPO. That's really the essence of the Best You EXPO, that you can be the best you and go out there and achieve what you want. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, listen, as we say, we're obliged to become the best version of ourselves, and you're definitely leading the way. So, Didi, thank you so much for being here again. My pleasure. The floor is yours. And
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So first things first, I was speaking yesterday at the Masters, Mentors, and Influencers room, where my presentation was the power of mentorship. Right now, I'm in the main stage, so if anybody backstage is listening in, my presentation today is called Turn Every Stranger into an Ally. So just dismiss that next to my name. Turn every stranger into an ally. So what do I mean by that? So yes, as Bernardo said, I have accelerated my career pretty fast in the last 3.5 years. I've only been a speaker since March 24th of 2018, where I debuted at the Best You EXPO. So this is kind of home for me. And I love talking to the audience at the Best You EXPO, and I just love the brand. So I wanted to kind of rewind and get you to hear about my story, get you to know me a little bit, so that I always say, speakers like to talk about their personal stories. It's the reason for that. The reason is when an audience member is watching, they feel closer and they start bonding when the speaker actually tells them their personal stories. And the bonding then leads to trust. And the trust then leads to, mentorship or just looking up and respecting that person, walking the walk, talking the talk. And then you can learn some and take it into action. And then you can yourself climb that mountain to get your goal, whatever that goal would be. And I am here today to really help you to understand how can you turn every stranger into an ally. And why do you want to do that? You want to turn every stranger into an ally because you want to create a great network, right? In business, the most important thing is really relationship capital. That is what my mentor taught me. His name is David Meltzer, and he always talked about relationship capital. And through him, I have been able to meet so many people. And if you watched my presentation yesterday about the power of mentorship, I really showed the spider graph of how I turned every single person that I met into something else, into another project, into another project. And so my net right now is that, so massive. In only 3 years, I've been able to really create a very useful relationship capital. And that's what I want for you. And that is why I want to teach you how to turn every stranger into an ally, because it's all about how you present yourself, how you speak, and how you come across. And when you meet somebody, in the first 7 to 30 seconds, if you didn't know that, they are already forming a judgment on you. Just like you're probably forming your judgment on me if you've never met me before or you've never seen me speak before. The first 7 to 30 seconds, you have already decided, hey, I like this girl. I think I want to continue listening to her. And the whole point in presenting is to continue your attention on me, right? Continue your attention span to be present. So I urge you to try to be as present as you can in the next hour. I think we have about 50 something minutes now, so that you can really learn something. And don't just learn something from one ear out and one ear in and one ear out. Try to learn it and apply. Apply it to your life. Apply it immediately into your life. And I'm going to give you some real practical steps because I'm a practical person. I like to get stuff done. I like to accelerate. My nickname is Speedy Didi, #Speedy Didi. So in the first 7 to 30 seconds, you form that judgment. And hopefully that judgment right now is that, hey, I want to sit down, get something to drink or something, and sit down really to listen to this girl. Right. So, okay, I want to give you a backstory of how I became to be the successful Didi Wong in the last 3.5 years. So I will tell you, rewind back about 4 years. I turned 40 and I had a big party celebrating my 40th birthday. And I had all my friends write on a rock just to describe what they thought of me. And I have it in a nice vase. And it was really more about when I get sad or when I get miserable, I can actually look at the rocks and think that, wow, that I have a really great support group and people really see good things in me. And, one of the things is to surround yourself with good people who lift you up, right? And this is what the Best You EXPO is all about. You want to listen to lots of speakers who have good energy. You want to surround yourself with people who show up and network with people who care about how to improve themselves. So one of the rocks says that I am get stuff done, meaning that I am somebody who really goes about getting stuff done. So which kind of triggered me that evening after the party was over. What am I doing in this world? And am I really going out there to make a difference? I had my twins. I have 4 children. At that time, they were 8 and under. And I had just finished breastfeeding my twins. Finished meaning that I've decided that I'm going to no longer breastfeed. And it was 8 months in and they were 8 months. And I was thinking, I used to be an entrepreneur and I had a yoga clothing line called Chakras by Didi. And I did quite well in a yoga clothing line, but then I became part-time entrepreneur when I became a mom. So when I came back out again and I said to myself, okay, I really want to make a difference in the world, but I don't know what I want to do. I bet you a lot of women who have babies and they kind of lose themselves. They kind of lose their identities. They don't know what to do, if they should go back to a corporate job, if they want to just be a homebody and stay home and be a mom. So I had that inkling and that burning desire to come back out. And so all I did was start attending seminars. Just like you attending today, I am attending a seminar and a seminar after seminar, workshop, conferences all day long. And, back then we had to get dressed and go out and show up, right? And luckily right now it's so easy to show up in these events. Just click of a button, you're in and you're on your computer and doing so. So I do urge you to show up lots and lots to different events, support each other, support people who are making the events happen like Bernardo is. This is a lot of work. And they want people to be here and to meet each other and network. So I was thinking after I attended a seminar where I watched Tony Robbins, Pitbull was speaking, Sylvester Stallone was speaking, Brendan Burchard was speaking, a lot of these amazing names were speaking. I decided that I wanted to come back out to, do real estate investing, but also I could be, in the personal development world. So I was just, really thinking, what am I really good at? What do I enjoy doing? Can I please take the next at least 20 years of my life, do something that actually fulfills my heart, fulfills my purpose, and not just doing it for other people. So any of you there listening right now, if you are doing a paycheck to paycheck job, if you are in limbo because of COVID and you are trying to pivot, go out there and be an entrepreneur, because it can be done. It's not that difficult if you just set your mind to it. I recommend you to read the Think and Grow Rich book, because that is the business Bible of all entrepreneurs. And just follow the success principle steps all the way up to 1 to 13. And if you apply, you can do it, right? Definitely find that mentor, as I said, with the power of mentor yesterday. Find someone who is walking the walk, talking the talk to apprentice under, and learn your steps and what needs to be done. Okay, so for me back then at 40, mother of 4. I had a kind of half company who was kind of still going but not really going, and I was thinking, okay, I want to do something else. So what am I really good at? Oh, I know. I'm really good at connecting with people. I always hear from meeting new people, wow, Didi, you have such great energy. Oh my God, Didi, why are you always smiling? Why are you always happy? And you got 4 children and you have so much to do and you're still running around and you're accomplishing things and you're still smiling. And every time I speak to you, you have something amazing to tell me. Well, how do you do it? I get that question all the time. How do you balance work life with personal life, right? So I was thinking, well, I am really good at just giving goodness. And I always say, when you come across somebody new, even if it's a friend, anybody, when you come across, make that conversation a quality one, and transfer gold dust. I always want to visualize how I can teach this to people. If you visualize yourself transfer, like you're touching somebody when you're speaking to them, and you're giving them, because I have 3 girls, right? I have a boy and 3 girls, and we're always watching princess movies. So, if you think of you having a wand and you have this gold dust coming from your wand, I want you to actually almost like be a princess or be a fairy godmother to everyone that you meet. And you can just go ding, and then you transfer gold dust to the other person, right? And that is what I'm good at. Every time I speak to somebody, I imagine I am this fairy godmother and giving goodness to the other person. So no matter what I do, by either connecting them with somebody that I know who needs them, I'm really good at that connecting thing. So then I was thinking, okay, well, I'm really good at connecting. And I have really good confidence, not arrogance, but I have just healthy self-confidence, right? So I have healthy confidence. I have good connection, and I've been good with saving up my money and having enough financial stability to invest in myself. So I was thinking, okay, people are telling me, okay, Didi, you should write a book, and Didi, you should, maybe write a course, online course, and you'll be such a great coach because you're so positive and you always see the good in people. So then I liked to experiment on how I can actually get my yeses from everybody, because I have a company called the Yes Academy, and it really teaches you how to get yeses. Right. And so I was thinking, okay, let me experiment. So every time I have a situation, I would try to challenge myself and experiment how to get a yes in difficult situations. So I'm going to share a story for you.
It is said that we live in a world our questions create. And it's true. Those that have succeeded in life, those that stand out, those that have made a difference, those that are inventing, those that are exploring, pushing the boundaries of reality, are based on those that have asked themselves empowering questions. In my new book, The Question, Find Your True Purpose, I help you find your true purpose, find your legacy. For more information, go to www.thequestion.co. If you're interested in working with me, contributing, speaking at any of our many events, partnering, or licensing The Best You, for more information, go to www.thebestyou.co.
One time I was traveling to Dallas for a TV show that I was filming, and I wanted to be on a juice cleanse, right? And so I decided, okay, I had a juice cleanse. It was one day, obviously traveling, it will take me half a day to get there. And I had 6 juices that I had to drink, and I wasn't allowed any solid foods. So I decided to challenge myself to see if I truly am that person who can get yeses, even in such a difficult situation, because we all know that getting on an airplane, you are only allowed 3.4 ounces of liquid, which is very little amount. But how is Didi going to be able to get 6 big bottles of liquid through that customs, right? So through the TSA. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to bring my cooler. And once I got to the belt, I took off my shoes, I put my suitcase on the belt, and then there's this woman who came. And I always try to use my energy, like intuition and energy, to detect if that person is somebody that I could ask for and get a yes from. And unfortunately, this time around, I could sense that her energy was probably strict and not too friendly. TSA, very, obviously I'm generalizing, but a lot of them are like that, right? So they're like, okay, take off your shoes, make sure you have the belt on, and if you have coins, blah, blah, the drill. Everybody knows that when they flown. So this woman comes up, I'm at the belt, and I'm like, oh, ma'am, I wanted to let you know that should I put this 6 juices through the belt, because they're actually my cleanse juices, and I'm not allowed to have any solid foods today. And she goes, no, you have to toss that. We're only allowed 3.4 ounces, and you're going to toss that. So I'm like, oh, but I said, but it's my cleanse, it's for my health. And she goes, well, do you have a doctor's note? And as she asked me that question, I kind of just already went through that metal detector, right? And kind of moved forward, and our conversation kind of lingered and didn't really finish. So then I went past to the next person who probably be picking up my juices and asking who this is and check me. And I saw another guy, and he was like, who's this? I knew that was going to happen. So I was like, oh, hi, this is mine. Do you want me to come around? So he goes, yes, please come over. And so I went over there with a smile on my face, and I was like, excuse me, so I know that there are 6 juices in that cooler is mine, and I'm on a strict juice cleanse, and I'm not allowed any solid foods today. So is there any way you can let me through? You can check it, whatever you need, you can open them, and they do kind of a stick check. And so this guy said, okay, hold on a second, let me ask my supervisor. So I'm like, okay, fingers crossed. And in my mind at that moment, I was like, this is going to be fine. I know it's going to be fine. And I was so positive about, knowing that they're going to say yes to me. The woman comes over. This is the supervisor. So she goes, okay, what's going on over here? And the guy said, well, this lady has 6 juices in her cooler. And I said, yes, ma'am, if you could help me, I have 6 juices in the cooler, and I am on a strict juice cleanse, and I'm not allowed to eat any solid foods today. Is it possible for you to let me through? And you're welcome to check whatever you need to check. And she goes, is this for medical reason? And I said, well, and health reasons. And she goes, and she turns to the guy, and she goes, I heard medical reason. And then she kind of had a little smile on her face. He had a little smile on his face, and I had a big smile on my face. And I said, medical reason and health reason it is, So they zipped up my bag, and then they gave me back my cooler. So I went off about my way. So that's just one of thousands of stories that I've been able to experiment with my languaging and with my energy, which is what I'm really teaching you right now, how you come across when you want a yes from somebody, right? And I believe that everyone who does well in business knows how to speak. And that is why I think speaking is so important. And I've become a speaking coach, and I've been able to help many people to become their, to be the real, authentic self that they are, while being on a stage and performing, right? Because I'm standing on the stage right now. I'm imagining, even though I'm in my office, that I am performing to you guys. And it's important for everyone to know how to speak and how to speak well. But speaking well is really not just through your words. And I really want you to understand that. There's a study that shows that 93% of communicating is actually through nonverbal. So that's not about what you say. It's only 7% in the words. When I first heard that, when I was learning how to speak, I was like, wow. So people make so much fuss about exactly how they should say their words and what words they put in, which is important. I'm definitely not putting that down, but it's in your energy, in your verbal, non-verbal communication. So for example, I've been using my arms, I've been using my facial expressions, and I actually went and did a certification in micro expression. So I can really learn, what does it mean by you smiling big? What does it mean by when you have your eyebrows up and it means you're excited, it means you're interested. And when people kind of go like that, it means that they are really listening to you. So if you are a speaker and you're watching me also, and you see your audience live when we get back to live events, and they go like that, it means that they are really excited and learning from you, right? So hopefully a lot of you watching me right now will be like this. And so when I learned that, I was like, oh, good, because then really most people will watch me and see how I interact with my gestures, with my energy. That is the most important. And I say, when you meet somebody as a stranger for the first time, when you're networking in different rooms and you're on your Zoom, or you're now going back out if you want to do that, then most importantly is how you leave somebody feeling. It's not how you leave somebody with your words or what you do or what title you have, right? All of those things are good. But most of the time when people remember me, they remember, oh, it's that girl who has high energy, she's always smiling. They kind of describe you in, they may forget your name, they may forget what you do or what you said, but they do remember how they felt when they were talking to you. So that is important for you to recognize when you are having that conversation, no matter who it is. It doesn't have to be a stranger now. I'm applying this to every single time you communicate verbally to somebody. How do you make them feel during that conversation? And as you know, people can feel, even on the phone, they can feel how you're feeling. So when I get on the phone, even if it's not Zoom and there's good old getting back on the phone, people can feel, because I'm smiling behind, I would say, oh, hi, Bernardo. You can just hear it in my tone, right? Oh my God, it's been so long. I haven't seen, how's it going in Spain? It's your languaging, it's your volume, it's your pace. It's all of that put together. And I actually have a whole course that I put together, Become a Speaker in 60 Days, that teaches you all these little things that you can apply in your speaking, not just speaking as a speaker. Yes, absolutely, that too. but speaking when you're just connecting with someone. And that's why the Yes Academy, I have 3 words: confidence, connections, and cash flow. Because I believe, my philosophy is, if you are confident in yourself, and you do everything in your power to stay positive, right? And one of my good friends once told me that it's what you consume. And when you say the word consume, you think just what you eat, right? But he was talking about consuming in what you eat, what you hear, what you listen to, what the podcasts that you choose to listen to, the radio stations, the music that you listen to, the lyrics that you listen to, as well as who you choose to actually have a conversation with. And how do they make you feel? Do they lift you up or do they put you down, right? So those are really important things. So I have another story to tell you about how I like to experiment with if I really am that yes girl. I like to do that every so, especially when I'm traveling. So this time around, it was about 2 years ago when I went to the LA County Fair, the Los Angeles County Fair, right? It's a county fair outdoors that we go every year because I have 4 children, and it's really fun, roller coasters and lots of junk food and really hot and, lots of shopping and all these things that you can do. So we love going to the LA County Fair. I always go because, I always go with my big van. And so, it's a huge parking lot. And the parking lot, usually they get you to park so far away, it takes you about 15 to 20 minutes to actually walk from your car all the way to the ticket booth. And I've been there quite a few times. So now I know my bearings. I know how they work. So I went in this time after paying $20 to get into the parking lot. I went to talk to this lady. Rolled down my window. My husband is to my right in the passenger seat. My mother-in-law is at the back with my 4 children. At that time, my children were, I think it was 9, 5, and 3. I think something like that, right? They were young. So my twins were young. They were 3 years old. For sure, I knew that. So I rolled down my window, and her name happened to be Coco. She had a name badge on. And I said, oh my God. First thing I said was, oh my God, my sister's name is Coco. I love that name, Coco Chanel. And, and she was laughing. And I was like, oh. So I said, oh, is it possible for us to drive my van all the way straight closer to the gate where I can just drop everybody off? Because my mother-in-law is 76 and she has a bad ankle. And I really would love to save her from walking the 15 minutes. And my children, I have 4 of them. I have twins who are 3. And so we're going to be, walking a lot. Is there any way I could just go forward first? And she goes, yeah, sure. So of course, I'm kind of like a rule breaker. You learn the rules to know how to break the rules. It's street smarts, right? So I say to her, thank you very much. So then I drove while everybody else was turning right to go around, all the way around, to go away to park 15 minutes away. I asked for permission to go straight forward. So those people who were going right, I was like, oh, sorry, the lady Coco there told me that I could go straight. They're like, okay. So then I went straight and found tons of parking spots close to the gate. I don't know why they don't let people park there. And it's not special VIP or anything like that, right? So then I went in there and I dropped everybody off. And I'm like, oh my God, there's so many spots. Well, I might as well just park here. And I didn't feel wrong doing so because truly there were just so many spots. And so I parked there. I'm like, oh, good. We got so close to the entrance and literally it was a 3-minute walk instead of a 15 to 20-minute walk from afar. So again, another scenario where it just takes for you to step out of that follower type of mentality and ask for what you want, right? And this applies to my personal life, yes, but it also applies to your business life. Another one of my mentors, David Mills, actually, I said that about him earlier. He's always like, you must ask for what you want. Don't be afraid to ask, and so I am definitely not afraid to ask, as you can tell. And I've always been that way. And actually, in fact, the one person who has made such a difference in my life in that respect is my mother. My mother is one of those people. She's so amazing in the way that if you just tell her that she can't do something, she's going to show you how she can. And I kind of adopted that from her. And I've become this person who's like, if you can't tell me no, I'm going to tell you yes. And I know, Bernardo, if you're listening to me, you are like that too. So it's great when you have that personality and that courage to go out there and do something different. In fact, my whole life is about this. If you listen to any of my interviews, podcasts that I go on interview with other people, people always love to talk about how I have become, I've been so unique that I have really broken out of that shell from, my parents telling me that they would disown me if I married a non-Chinese man. And I happen to be married to a man who is half black, half white. I obviously didn't follow the rules there. To going back to Hong Kong to live when I would have drivers and maids and people who can take care of me, and I didn't have to lift a finger. And of course, I didn't choose that path. I decided to come to America and actually, make my life for myself here. I even used the story like that at my speech in the United Nations, where I just really was so honored to be at the United Nations speaking, and it was really a touching moment where I shared with everybody there that, I've become who I am, not because of my race, not because of my sex, not because of, how I was raised. I am just who I am. And that is the epiphany of, the freedom in America that we can build our own lives for ourselves. So anyway, I want to give you those practical steps on how it is that you can apply what I apply to get a yes from everybody that you come across. So for example, I want to give you a good example too. Let's say you're going into a hotel room and you want an upgrade, right? It's important for you to know that you are not going to ask the dishwasher in the kitchen in the restaurant to ask for the upgrade. So first off, you must be talking to the right person who can give you that yes. Okay, so your audience, your avatar, whoever you're talking to is important to take note. And so let's say I go into the hotel and I want an upgrade. I would go to the front desk to do so. And I wouldn't be going to the dishwasher. And this is a good example for you to keep in your brain and the little story that whenever you approach to try to get a yes for whatever you're asking for, make sure you are asking the right person who can give you that yes. Okay, so I have actually 9 points that I want to give you that are practical points that you can immediately apply into your life to get that yes. Okay, so remember, my talk is about turn every stranger into an ally, right? Not the power of mentorship here. Turn every stranger into an ally. So the number one thing you should do is simply smile. You will not believe how much a smile can go, how far a smile can go in order to break the ice from the other person. So simply smiling is the first thing before you ask that question or before you start the conversation. Number 2 is compliment them. Remember when I went to the LA County Fair, I rolled down my window before I asked her if I could go straight. I complimented her on her name, right? I picked on something. And now, if you don't have that scenario where you can compliment them on anything, then what I would suggest is to find some familiarity. So let's say I say, oh, I live in Los Angeles. And where are you from? And they say, oh, I'm from Dallas. Oh my gosh, I've been to Dallas. I went to Dallas to film this TV show. And actually, I'm thinking about moving to Dallas. Anything that you can say that can actually make you guys come closer in interest and conversation, then apply that. That would be after smiles. So smiles, number 1, compliment or find familiarity, number 2. Number 3 would be find gratitude words. Use gratitude words that can. So let's say I'm here and I'm trying to make good with everybody here, right? I would be obviously thanking the Best You EXPO, thanking Bernardo, always saying thank you, always saying I'm grateful, I am thankful, and I appreciate, all of those words are gratitude words that you must use and I say all, and I'm not exaggerating, all the time, every day, all the time, every day, always, right? And this is really something that I urge you to do, not just outwardly to other people, which obviously should do, but inwardly to yourself. Inwardly, if you can apply gratitude words to say, I am grateful that I woke up and I'm feeling good and I haven't caught any viruses. I am wealthy, healthy, and count all the goodness, all the blessings that you have in your life, right? If you can constantly kind of roll that tape in your mind that I have my mother is in good health, or thank whatever it is that you can thank, then you're really sending out positivity to the world, to the universe, so that you will always invite good karma back to you. And that is really what I do all the time. Even if I'm complaining, one part of me may be complaining that I've been 10 months at home, doing nothing but cooking, cleaning. We haven't had any babysitters or any help to come into our house. And I've had to succumb to cooking every single meal for my children, cleaning the floors, cleaning the toilets, and things that I could easily, as a woman, as a wife who hasn't really been doing much of that in the last many years, constantly complain, right? I could be complaining about, oh my God, I have to cook again. I really don't want to cook. Or I was like, oh my God, this COVID-19 is just effing this, or I could really be going there if I wanted to. But no, I've turned that language in my head and say, I am so thankful that I have a house to live in. I have the internet so I can connect with other people. I have children who are healthy and they're doing well at school. Doesn't matter if I have to wash the dishes every single day. And it doesn't matter if toys are all over the place. It's okay. You can control your emotions. Okay. So that's gratitude. And through you doing that for yourself, when you come across somebody and you're having a conversation, it will come out naturally and authentically and organically that you are happy. And so you transfer that gold dust to the other person. Okay. So that's number 3. Number 4 is open-ended questions. When you have this conversation with a stranger, be interested in them, right? Don't talk about yourself so much. I always say it's actually a better position to be when you are second in talking. So let them talk first and ask lots of questions of them, right? So that you get to know who they are. And if you are interested in even having a relationship with them, a friendship with them. So if you let people talk and ask lots of questions, then it would actually be beneficial for you when you open your mouth to start talking, so that you know what is it that what kind of path the conversation can take. So ask lots of questions. I mean, right now, I am kind of really just talking to myself. I don't see my audience here. So I'm not going to be asking open-ended questions to you guys. But I could actually ask questions and I can rhetorically answer them so that you feel like we're having in conversation as well. So those are all really great tactics in trying to keep a conversation exciting, refreshing, and attention-seeking, right? So you really want to keep that attention going with the other person. So that's number 4, open-ended question.
To find out about my latest projects, get a free coaching lesson, or download my book, go to www.bernardo-moya.com.
Now, number 5 is give value. Now, give value is something that I do want to go into because we are in the personal development world. I am a coach, I am a mentor, and very easily I myself could even jump into the conclusion that I can help you, because that's just coaches, mentors, people who want to help just very easily just say, oh, I can help you do that. But hold on a second. I want you to know that when you want to give value, you must give unconditionally. You must be willing to give, and not count tit for tat, right? I really want you to think, give unconditionally, because as you give, there will absolutely be karma coming back to you and you're going to manifest what you want. So when I give, I truly give wholeheartedly. and I give value. I give my time. I give my knowledge and my connections, right? That's the most important part. Again about your network. So I love to connect people, no matter if I'm there, I've hired them to be somebody, or they're my clients. No matter who it is, if I think of somebody I know who would be great for you, then I would connect with you guys. So give. Don't jump into the conclusion that you are somebody who can help them right away. Get to know them better, right? Before you, I do get annoyed when, I speak to someone and they're like, oh, I have a marketing company that, you can, that we can go into, you can pay me to hire me to become your marketing director, or blah, 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 blah. And so, well, hold on a second, I don't know you yet and you don't know me. So that's a little bit too premature for the other one to be selling me. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Don't sell people. Don't say that you can help them too fast until you know the situation. Okay, so number 5 was give value. Number 6 is exchange information. That's easy enough. Once you get to a point in the conversation when you're networking, you are ready to exchange. You know you like each other. You know you have synergy. And you know that you can cross-promote or do some JV together. Then you can exchange information. Now, one step further from just exchanging information, most people will be like, oh, this is my email. Or some people may even give you their phone numbers. But it's always good to ask them, what is your preferred way of communicating? Now, when you get to that question and ask them, it really is very respectful, because, and I'm hinting really, for me, when you meet me, I like to communicate firstly by email. Like, I would always give out my email first, right? Before my phone number. I don't give out my phone number to too many people. But if I give it to you, that means I give you permission to text me. Not call me, but text me. So everybody has their own way. So if you ask that question, what is the best way for you to communicate? Do you like, and sometimes I even, depending on who it is, I even might just give them my social media handles. This way they can direct DM me through Facebook or Instagram. And then we'll see where the relationship goes before they get into my phone book, right? So I definitely urge you to know what is your favorite communication style, to make sure that you understand other people's favorite communication style. And then number 7 is to follow up. Once you get to meet each other and you like each other, you've exchanged that information, don't forget to follow up. Following up is actually the thing that people don't do enough, and deals are broken through follow-up, like through the not following up. So if you don't follow up, then it's your bad, because if you follow up and continue to follow up, then you actually can really blossom that relationship. And so my number 7 is follow-up. My number 8 is also follow-up, but follow-up with keeping in touch. So when you're not following up specifically for something, you're now just keeping in touch, just checking in, how are you doing, what's going on in your life. And if you can continue to build that relationship by doing number 8, just keeping in touch, or sharing what you're doing and inviting them to whatever you're doing. Just like, for me, my next thing would be, I would invite you guys so that we can keep in touch to my film premiere that's happening on Thursday. So that is something that's happening, exciting in my life. I would say to you, if I met you today, I would say, oh, we should exchange. So which way do you want me? Do you want me to text you, or you want me to DM you, or you want me to call you or email you? Which way? I know we have so many platforms now email you. Okay, good. So I'll email you for sure to give you all the information, right? So then I follow up again and say, hey, I got something really cool coming up. I want to invite you. And it's just really to keep you top of mind. The keeping in touch and posting on social media is keep you top of mind for a lot of people. If they see your post, even if they don't like or comment, they are seeing you. They are keeping you top of mind. So I do get a lot of my speaking gigs this way, by the way, for those of you who are speakers or coaches who want to keep yourself top of mind for other people. This is a really good tip. If you post a lot, if you are constantly out there just telling people what you're doing, doing selfie videos and keeping in touch with people. Of course, it takes time. Part of business is time blocking, to take the time to be out there, it's part of marketing, part of PR, but genuine, right? It's like, I'm genuine about, I am really, truly excited that my movie that I've been filming for almost 2 years of my life back in 2017 is finally premiering on Thursday, this Thursday, the 21st. I'm so excited. So I will be putting that out there. It's genuine excitement, genuinely wanting to invite you to come and watch the movie. So if you have things like that happening, don't be afraid to go out there and tell the world what you're doing. Keep your name in their top of mind. So that is number 8, keeping in touch, right? Now, number 9 is actually showing up. Showing up is one of them. I actually, back a few years ago, because showing up is so important to me, that I wanted to write a book really just about this topic, because it's in my show up that I have been able to make so many acquaintances and network and really increase my relationship capital. So the fact that you showed up and you decided to click on watching Didi Wong today on the main stage, it means that you are making an effort to show up, right? And I always show up when I can to Bernardo's events to support, to make him know that I am supportive of what he is doing. And that is why we have become good friends, because it's in the show up that, when you make appointments happen, you show up, right? You communicate, you show up. You must show up in your life. This is number 9 point. And I really want you to know that if somebody is inviting you to something, you make an effort to show up, then your relationship with that person will be that much better. I promise you that, because it's in my show up with my mentor, David Meltzer. At that time, he thought I was crazy. He would even say to me, Didi, you don't have to drive an hour and a half to Irvine, because I live in LA, to show up to my mentorship sessions. We could just do it over the phone or on Zoom, right? But I chose to show up, to literally be in front of him every other 2 weeks, to, even if it means me driving an hour and a half, to show up in front of him, to show him that I am serious about mentoring with him, to show him that I'm serious about accelerating in my career. So it's in the show up. So I think I've kind of beat that I hope that you get that. Show up to events, show up to meetings, make meetings happen, show up, and invite lots of people to join. And I do want to give you a very last 10th point. I know I said 9th point, but I kind of, as people know in the development, personal development industry, that we love to give bonuses, right? So I'm going to give you a bonus point. That is actually the most important point, because in the bonus is when people really get excited about your program or whatnot. So I'm not selling anything right now, but my bonus tip for you, number 10, is actually, I talk about turning every stranger into an ally, right? This talk is about turn every stranger into an ally. So for now, I want you to really think about this. How about turning yourself into your own ally first? If you turn yourself into your own ally, then you're going to be ready whenever you make contact with anybody out there into your an ally, right? So the flip side is, the 10th point, bonus point is, can you make an effort to turn yourself into an ally? Be your own best friend. And this is my favorite thing to say. This is Didi Wong's quote. If you take one thing away from this whole 1 hour speech, if it's not anything that I taught you, please think about this one point. Be your own best friend. Be your own ally first, because we tend to have these negative devil voice saying, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm too fat, I'm not this, I'm not doing this, I'm bad, blah, 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 all these negative thoughts running through your head, right? If you can turn them into all positive thoughts and affirmations about, yes, I'm going to be able to do this. Okay, today I'm going to step into my office and I'm going to achieve 5 things that I want on my to-do list. And today, when I have my next conversation with Didi Wong, I'm gonna transfer gold dust. Anything that you do, if you can go in with that good intention, with that positivity, Like you can transfer gold dust for yourself first, right? That you can really say to yourself, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to whatever you want to do to achieve, right? Today I'm gonna contact 20 people, and out of those 20 people, I will have at least 4 people sign up to my program or whatever you want to do, right? Then you are already setting yourself to win because you are making yourself your own ally. Don't be your own enemy, be your own ally. Be your own best friend and love yourself. Those are all my quotes that I love talking about. And so every single day, surround yourself with people, just like I said earlier, at the best you, people who want to learn, people who are excited about personal development, people who want to improve and live their dreams, right? And surround yourself with mentors and coaches who have made it and obviously are on the trajectory of what you want to do, right? Have them, surround them with and encourage you to be your best you. Be your best you. So I really thank you so much, all of you, for attending the Best You Expo Miami. We have one coming up in London that you should come as well, where we will be talking to so many. Bernardo started the Best You in London, so I'm very excited about the London one. And I do want you guys to know that you have the opportunity every single time you open your mouth to connect with somebody. And every time you communicate by email, by text, people can feel. Remember that feeling that you want to leave people with? People can feel when you write your text if you are in a good mood or if you are intending to write that to spread that gold dust. If you are intending to write an email with your punctuation, with the words that you use to use, that's what I teach. I love teaching about articulation. I love teaching people about speaking. And if you have any type of need to want to learn from me, I will be happy. As you can see in the ticker that's been going along, I'm gifting every one of you my free book. You can go to DidiWongFreeBook.com to get my free book. DidiWongFreeBook.com to get my free book. It's called How to Perfect Your Elevator Pitch, Turn Every Stranger into an Ally. It's a very easy 4-chapter read, which you can apply right away into your life. And you can learn about me on DidiWong.com. You can find me on social media at Didi Wong Official. Please join me on Instagram. I do a lot of my posting on Instagram as well as Facebook. Those are my 2 favorite platforms. Oh, I do love LinkedIn too. LinkedIn is really for a lot of business connections. So find me on social media, connect with me, make sure you let me know that you have seen the Best You Expo and you saw me here. That's why you're connecting with me. And I do have a few programs that are starting in February that you can sign up for, and you can do that at theyesacademy.com. Elevator pitch, 4-week elevator pitch course that is really going to transform your elevator pitch. People who've taken it, they're just like, oh my God, I can't believe how much I've improved in just 4 weeks. And then I do have my signature course, which is Become a Speaker in 60 Days, where I can teach you a lot more about what I kind of surface taught you today. So thank you so much again, Bernardo. Thank you, the Best You Expo. And I'm always really honored to be here and to give value to all of you. Thank you so much.
Didi, thank you so much. as always, brilliant, great. You give so much. You're so authentic. And I'm very glad you're here. Actually, I think Crystal here, she wanted to say hello. Obviously, she's a massive fan of yours. Crystal, how are you doing?
Hi, Crystal again. Nice to see you.
You always get something from you, always.
Thank you. I just so enjoy, you have to do something, this is one I think people who enjoy what they do, you feel it, right? You feel that joy from them. I just love speaking. And this is truly, I was birthed at the Best You Expo, and every time I come back, I just, feel that energy from you guys. So thank you.
And I gave you a shout out today because you did my move for jumping to your greatness. And Crystal does this. So
yay.
Thank you so much, darling. Well, it's lovely to see you, Didi. Hopefully we'll be together in a room in some event soon. I'd love to see you. Take care, darling.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.
For more information, go to www.thebestyou.co.